Guys, it is vlog number 4. Nope, that's too heavy. You always know when it's too heavy on that first fucking rep. Very excited about how things are going. Today is going to be a full walkthrough. So I've got Josh, my videographer, down, and we're going to do a full walkthrough of push day. I'm going to go through everything that I do in my push, go through some of the little nuances, how I execute a movement pattern. We'll also talk about how I'm managing my training during my prep at this point, because let's face it, there's not going to be a huge amount of food going into the system. So it's how am I managing that fatigue? How am I managing performance? How am I keeping in the headspace? So we're going to be talking about that all the way through the vlog, because we all know we like a good walkthrough of a workout. But just wanted to touch on my progress so far, because it was check-in day today with my coach. On average, we've lost another kilo this week, which is really good. I dipped into the 99s twice this week, so it's like 99.6, came back up, then dipped back down to 99.5 this morning, so all-time lowest. Feeling really lean now. Like I feel like quite a lot of the fat has gone, in all honesty, like the visceral fat, the subcutaneous fat. I feel like most of it's gone now. When I look at the progress photos, a lot of the skin rolls, it's just skin. It's just skin and water. So we're just going to look to flush that water out, and really it's just a case of digging for condition. Obviously there is still body fat there, but we're getting striations in the quads, we're getting like abs and obliques coming through. It's just a case of like head down and crack on now. 100%. One of the things that has really helped with this performance and getting this next level of condition has been focusing on my steps. So prior to, I was like, to be honest, I just wasn't hitting my step count. Like I was perhaps hitting my 13,000 steps 4 times a week maybe, and then it's just not good enough at this point. So I did have a walking pad that broke, and I was putting off buying another one, and I found a really good deal, got a walking pad, and since then I've actually been over exceeding. So I've actually been averaging about 16,000 steps. So whenever I'm doing client work, whenever I'm at the computer, I'm just walking, and it's paying dividends. You know, that calorie expenditure cannot be understated, and it's really helping. And it's just, you know, since I've got that walking pad, results are flying. Yeah, no increase in cardio really. Still only doing 2 lots of 45, and it's just been, yeah, it's been good. So check-in day, very good success. No changes this week. We're going to do push day now, and yeah, so get ready, guys. Oh, and before I get to push day, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, because if you do want me to follow or go through anything else for my prep, make sure you put it in the comments, and click that notify button, because we all know about the algorithm. So help your boy out. So when I do warm-up sets, whatever, especially on the first exercise, I'll go really light. I'll probably do 3 warm-up sets. So I'll go really light and I'll go for 15 reps, but I'm staying well away from failure. So, Smith machine. The Smith machine is definitely one of those movements that is, in my opinion, one of the best movements you can use to progress, just because you're fixed. Yes, free weights are great, and there's nothing wrong with free weights, but that last rep that I did there, I probably wouldn't have done on a barbell. At least with the Smith machine, you can get those extra reps out, you can get that extra level of intensity, just because you've got that safety element there. So last week on the second set, I got 8. So ideally I want to be getting at least 9, but I'm at that point of prep now where I'm just like, I'm not going to beat myself up if I drop a rep now and again. As long as I'm getting around 8, we're all right. Ideally, I want to be getting 9, so fucking do it. Ah, nice. Nine in the bag, in the fucking bag. Because my reps were so low, I actually reduced the weight down. So I'm on 80 kilos at the minute. Last week I reduced it down to 60. I'm not gonna do that. So instead of reducing down, I'm just gonna stay as we are, and hopefully we'll get hopefully 6. 6 is a minimum. Rep range is 6 to 12. So hopefully we get a minimum of 6. Come on then. Come on. Ah, come on. Ah, nice. Nice. So we're looking to leave 1 in. I don't want to be getting 2 failures, just because we want to manage fatigue over the course of the session. So we want to be getting to the point where I've done a good successful rep, but I'm probably going to fail on the next one, because at least then we're not going to fuck up the CNS, and we're going to be able to perform later on in the session, especially with food being so low. Oh God. Always put your weights away, people. Always put your weights away, you motherfuckers. The difference between this and a Smith machine, the Smith machine, the bar's fixed, so your arms are going straight up and down. This machine, this is flat, so you're going to be working the pec major rather than the upper portions of the pec. But with this machine, the hands actually come in as well. So whilst they come up, they also come in, which allows for a slightly better contraction, because the chest isn't about pushing forward. The chest is about bringing the elbow across your body. So that, yes, you're going to get a certain element of this, but if you can do this, you get a much better contraction and you get a little bit better pump, and you're just going to utilize more of the chest. So this machine is very nice. Nice. Oh, nice. Now we're ready for that top set. Last week I got 10 on the first, so I want to give myself plenty of rest. I'm aiming for 11. If my rep range is 6 to 12, I'll wait until I've hit 12 reps. Once I get 12 reps on any of my sets, that's when I'll increase the weight the next week, because you don't want to be chasing the weight all the time. You know, I've been victim to that, whereas I'll get to the point where I was like, oh, I just want to put a little bit more weight on, and then you just fatigue out. And the quicker you progress the weight, the shorter your mesocycle will be. So I just milk it now. Pick a weight, milk it for all it's worth, get as much out of it as possible, and then I increase the weight for the next progression. And there's a big debate, not debate, it's always better to rest more, but from a time management point of view, you don't want to be resting for like 10 minutes. Yes, you're going to perform at your best because you're going to be completely rested and recovered, but that gym session is going to be 4 hours long. So, on any compounds, I tend to rest for 3 minutes, and then on any isolation movement, which is less systemically fatiguing, there's less muscle tissue that's being fatigued, I'll go to 120 seconds. So I'll do 2-minute rest periods. 11 reps. Come on. Bastard. So, that was 9 reps. So that was a rep lower than last week. Now, fuck. Again, I don't beat myself up, but I do beat myself up. So you got 10 last week, got 9 there, and I know I wasn't going to get my 10th rep. So I have 2 options there. I can either do my 9 and do 9 good quality reps, knowing I got a great pump, great stimulus, and bin it off, live to fight on the next set, or I could have really grinded it out, tried to push maybe for that 10th rep, but I would have been completely fucked, and then I would have dropped way more reps in the next sets. I've learned from previous weeks not to do the latter. And one of the things I emphasize with my clients a lot is controlling the different portions of the movement. So you'll notice on the way down, I'm really controlling it. It's like 2-3 seconds on the way down. I'm milking that eccentric portion. And then when I explode up, I'm trying to move the weight as quickly as possible. Now, it doesn't mean that the weight moves quickly, but I'm trying to move it as quickly as possible. So the weight might only move really slowly like this, but the intent, I'm trying to contract my muscle as hard and as fast as possible, because that's what it wants to do. That's where you get the biggest bang for your buck. Slow and controlled on the way down, milking the eccentric, and then we contract hard up. But it fucking hurts. So, you know you're in a bodybuilder gym when you're using fucking bolts as the pin. I find wrapping the D handles, it allows for a little bit more movement in my wrist, allows me to get a little bit more comfortable in the movement, whereas on a fix, you are moving to the whim of the machine. So I find just looping the handles round just gives me a little bit more play. Okay. This is one of those movements where you just get the fucking pump in the chest. Fucking brilliant. And one thing I'm trying consciously not to fucking do is the bear hug. So a lot of times when people get fatigued, they're trying to just drive the hands in and they're just doing this, when it's not your hands coming in. The pec is attached to the upper arm. So it's the upper arm driving in. So as best you can, you want to try and keep your arms as straight as possible, because that's going to fully shorten the pec. As soon as you start doing this, we're losing all of this space here where we could be contracting the pec. And I know I do it when I get fatigued. I do hug in a little bit, so I need to focus consciously on driving in my elbows rather than driving in the hands. It's fucking hard though. So this is my last set. So we're going to be doing lengthened partials on the end of this, which means once I've finished, so once I've fully contracted and once I can't get into that fully contracted position, I'm then going to go into some partial lengthens. So I'll basically do mini reps, because when we're here and we're fully contracted, yes, you're fully fatiguing the shortened range of the pec, but you've still got more to give in the lengthened. So you'll see what I mean in a second. Essentially, we're going to fail and then we're going to fail again. Okay, come on. Oh, that fucking hurts. Oh, Come on then. Let's get into dips. One rep up on last week. I don't know what it is, body weight, but the pump I get, the stimulus that I get, way better than the machine. And again, I don't have to load any weight up. It's fucking brilliant. Done. Right, shoulders, triceps, and we're done. We're only going to take 15 seconds rest and we're going to go again. And we're going to repeat that process 3 times. So it's 4 sets in total, but it's going to be in a much shorter space. Reason for this is because you're only resting 15 seconds, your body isn't fully recovering. So you only have to do 3 or 4 reps to hit that intensity that you need to stimulate muscle to grow. So this is something that people are using a lot more these days is, yes, we want to have those big, heavy movements where you're doing 8 to 15 rep range or 6 to 30 rep range, wherever you look. But this is just another way of getting closer to failure with less total work. So we go to failure, and it's 15 seconds rest or 5 big breaths. And then we go again. Set 2 done, so that's 5 reps. Probably not a lot. Big stretch. Try not to arch the back. Fuck. 2 reps. Last one to go. Fuck. Bastard. So it was 4 sets and probably only took about 3 minutes. Fuck. And the pump is fucking mental. Jesus. Okay. Triceps. The key thing on this exercise is don't use ropes. If you use ropes, you're going to be unstable. So I like to use the V handle, and you want to be leaning forward. If you're doing upright like this, the weight is just going to pull you back. So I like to use the post. So I'll lean forward and I jam my ass against the post so it gives me that stability. So the weight is pulling me back, I've got the post there to stop me, and I can drive through so I can lift more weight. Because this is an overhead, a lot of people think it has to be above your head. As long as it's above 90 degrees, you're getting the same effect. So it's just going to preferentiate the long portion of the tricep. But the key thing is, you've got to fully stretch. So if we're here, you've got to allow that full stretch in the tricep and then fully contract. So a lot of people do this, and it's just doing next to nothing. Whereas you come all the way down, you feel that stretch, that's where you get the fucking pump. The fuck? Fuck me. Thought the world was going to end. Jesus. Oh, last one. Last one. Fuck me. Okay, so we've done overhead. Now we're just going to do traditional. Nope, that's too heavy. You always know when it's too heavy on that first fucking rep. Fuck. And we're at the end of the workout, and this is where, once you go, you fucking go. Like, I've got nearly nothing left. First set, now pause set. Two more sets to go. Fuck me. Last one, last one. That's us done.